Okay, bye.
Oh, once again, he steals something else from me.
What were you going to say, Andrew?
Well, no, I was dancing.
you
You
later.
were having a heart attack.
It was nothing important, Avery.
Okay.
It's all right.
Oh,
You can mention it,
no,
Andrew.
the
You can mention
heartbreak.
it.
Avery, you remember the conversation we had on my last live stream?
Yes.
I did call and make an appointment with my doctor.
Good.
So
good.
it's happening. Everything is going
Good.
forward like
Good,
it should.
Good.
I figured I'd tell you because it would ease your mind. Since none of you other bastards were there on my last live stream, you have no idea what we're talking about. I bet you the audience knows more of what I'm talking about right now than any of you in this room besides.
Thank you. Appreciate
That's
it.
so wrong. That's horrible.
Welcome, everybody.
You're gonna get my words back.
Man, just as he was getting wound up, too.
The funny part is I have so much fun when you guys do that. I don't know
It's
why.
so fun. Yeah, it's great.
I don't take an offense to it because, fuck, I know I'm talking.
It's wonderful, man. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. How's everybody doing
Hi,
tonight?
guys.
Oh man. Well, welcome to the Lord Games. We are here to entertain and create with you in chat and everybody watching the future of the adult fantasy universe, the 30,000-foot view of everything that we're doing, creating lore, creating a universe, a decentralized narrative universe. Think of it like the Marvel universe, but like year one. It's fine. Everything's good.
Yeah.
We got this. So anyway, let's do a really quick round robin and we'll jump right into stuff. To my right. I would never know if it's like stage right or whatever, left, right. This way over here, we've got the one, the only Dusty Sky. How are you doing, buddy?
Hello. So I bought an NFT today with all of my money, and then it went to zero, and now I'm here.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yay for Lord Games.
Oh.
Yeah, I was up at like 5 or 6 a.m. at I saw Dusty in chat. And I was like, why is he up so early? And he was like, I have to mint this thing. How'd that go, Dusty?
Yeah, I got up at like 5 o'clock this morning to do a mint, and thank you, Jesus, for Pocket Universe. It was just a rug. They were just trying to drain my wallet. So I got up at 5 for nothing. It was great.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think your mic is on, by the way.
Huh?
I don't think your mic is on.
The mic on your headset. I think it's
Or your headset mic. Okay, cool. Whatever.
We can
still hear you, so it's all good. Yeah. Well, you didn't get rugged, so that's pretty good. We're glad. Pretty awesome. All right, so over to my other side, we have Mikhail Kalishnikov, aka Avery Butterworth. What's up, Avery? How you doing?
Losing money, but for different reasons. Things are expensive.
You're losing money because you're buying things.
Yes. Once you buy a certain thing, you spend about the same amount of money buying other things to go on the thing.
Collecting. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
No, it's things that go on the thing. It's things.
I know things.
That's all I'm going to say.
I understand. Collecting is a bad habit. I wouldn't know anything about collecting anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. All this stuff behind me is actually just a JPEG. It's not really there.
Yeah.
It's fine. So everyone here, you probably know Avery's work from his time at Image Comics, Heavy Metal Magazine, White Wolf RPG Publishing, man, a bunch of other stuff. Origin Comic #1 from
exactly.
Fantasy.
That's the most important thing, really.
It really is.
I think so.
It's the most fun. And very, very soon, something else that we're working on behind the scenes. So we're going to get that kicking off real soon. So welcome, Avery. Happy Thursday.
Hey.
All right.
Good to be here.
Hell yeah. In this corner, we've got the one, the only Andrew Charper.
Thank God there's only
artist,
one of me, huh?
Artist extraordinaire, writer extraordinaire, and friendly neighborhood comic book retailer in Jacksonville, Florida, at the Jacksonville Beaches. How you doing, buddy?
Jacksonville beaches.
Well, the Jacksonville Beach Flea Market.
Yeah.
It's hard to. I know it's not at the beach, but it's called Jack's Beach because it's on Beach Boulevard, and Beach Boulevard runs for like 300 miles or something. So,
Well, it starts at the beach and goes all the way to California.
pretty much, yeah.
No, it does.
Does
Because it
it
goes
really?
right into I-10.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
How's your week been, man?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm glad it's almost over.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's always a vortex. Like I love what I do, and every day is an adventure. But I didn't get any sleep last night. I ended up going over to my neighbor called me at like 10:30 and was like, "Hey, you want to come over?" And I was like, "No," but Melissa was like, "Go hang out," and I was like, "Okay, fine."
you up?
And so like I went over there, and we always have fun. He's a nice guy, like a beer or two later, but man, like I got in. I didn't get even in that late, but like 1:30, but then the kids wake up at like 5. And so I was just wrecked today, man. I was wrecked. It was crazy. MK says, wait, okay, I got to jump over. I don't usually do this before finishing round robin, but MK is in chat and he says, got a dance competition this weekend in Jack's. If we have time, I'll swing by and check out the shop. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Buy
Very
stuff.
cool.
You'll have to get Andrew, we'll give you the address. So the Jacksonville Beach Flea Market. It's an awesome shop, man. It's really, really good. I highly recommend it.
Just check out misfitcorner.com. It has all the instructions there on how to find the store.
There you go. Well, welcome, Andrew.
Well, thank you. Thank you. By the way, I'm coming to the quick and fast and horrific realization of how expensive weddings are. And being the father of the bride, it's over a year away. It's going to kill me.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Happy. At least you got it now. Well, you can put in some after hours, right? You can work a little harder.
Yeah, that's right.
Just be like, can't you kids elope?
Yeah, there's
I
always
have
like
begged them. I
Elvis.
have begged them. I said, "Do you know how wonderful eloping is?" Actually, I did tell them. I said, you guys. I told them you guys can get married in the same place your mother and father did. And it's lasted almost 30 years. We literally got married in the house that we're living in right now, literally in the living room.
I know.
That's
I was
amazing.
there.
And my daughter's response to that was, no. But the venue she's looking at is going to be really cool if we're able to pull it off.
Yeah, her brother was there. I was there.
Yeah. Todd was there.
Todd was there.
Todd, you guys would not recognize Todd. He looks so young. Hell, I look so young.
I don't look that much older. What are you talking? Look at this.
We need to break out some of the old pictures.
I know.
I have a
when I was
picture
18,
around
I
here
looked like
somewhere.
I was 12. It's really crazy.
Yeah, at 18, you still looked like you're 15.
I really did. Yeah. Now I'm all like grizzled and old and like, disheveled. It's kind of nice.
I like to call you Lewis Black Jr. when you wear your glasses and you're just running around New York in the black t-shirts, just like Jesus
Well, I
Christ.
still have it. I got my glasses here. It's just I'm nearsighted, so I can't if I wear this, everything's blurry, so I can't see anything. I have to sit. I can sit I'd have to sit. Yeah, it's still blurry.
Yeah.
My eyesight's all jacked up. It's fine. Everything's good.
It's
But it's all good. Zach, how you doing, man? Awesome.
I am a pelican flying through an endless purple sky. While down below, the land turns to jelly.
What?
And
As everyone should know,
hymns to their whiskery gods.
As everyone should know, we've been keeping Zach in the author basement.
Yes. I still have scars on my legs from where I was chained to a radiator, and my fingers are bent. My fingers have gone numb because I've been tapping the keys so much for my glorious master, Todd Todd, Emperor of all that is Wanish, that I am no longer able to feed myself.
Oh no, that's not going to go to Todd's head. No, not at all.
No.
Actually, but seriously, folks, I'm okay. I'm just enjoying the Florida lifestyle, which surprisingly is not as much about Jimmy. It's not all that Jimmy Buffett as you might think, especially Margaritaville, which it turns out he wrote in Austin, which is the ocean.
I feel scammed.
I do feel scammed, yes. I thought when I moved down here, I'd be sitting on a beach all day, sipping various alcoholic drinks that were full loaded with sugar and exotic ingredients while watching the world pass by. But instead, I moved to Daytona Beach, where that doesn't happen. But I mean, you can sit on the beach, but just make sure that some jackass on a monster truck ripping by doesn't bury you in the backdraft of the sand, which actually happens here on occasion. As I said before, it's where Florida man goes on vacation.
That's right. Well, welcome, Zach. Everybody, you know Zach as an author extraordinaire. He's written over 13 novels in the fantasy space. He's also writing the adult fantasy novel now. We're reviewing, kind of going through the first what we call the shitty draft. It's the very first draft of a novel. We'll be going into the second draft pretty soon, I think. So it's pretty exciting stuff, man. I'm super, super excited. Hey, Kier's here. We're going to say hello to chat in just a second, but Kier's here. He says, rep in Volusia County, LFG. Volusia represent. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Well, Flint, how are you doing? Welcome.
Man, I'm doing good. Happy to be here.
Ready for some lore games, sir?
I am ready.
Awesome, man. Everybody knows Flint as the co-founder of Adult Fantasy.
What up? Ready to
An
roll some
amazing
dice.
technical genius. All right.
D20 is ready. I'm ready to go.
We got some D20s. We actually, we got a, I got Chat GPT open too, so I'm going to use it as a die roller. And I know we have one now in Discord, which is pretty cool.
Nerd. Go get some math rocks. Come on, man.
Math rocks. Math rocks. All right, let's jump in really quick. Let's see what we got here. So here's what we were thinking about doing tonight. First, let me go say hello to chat. Willie D, what's up? MK, what's up? KG, what's up? Kier, how you doing, man? Galaxy, how are you? I gotta say that MK also says, LOL, instead of adult fantasy, it's not what you think. We changed it to adult fantasy. Almost there. For some reason, that seems almost weirdly erotic. I don't know.
Oh, the way you said it, yeah.
Oh, Todd, did you get that text I sent you?
Yes, I did.
I thought that would be funny.
It may be funny. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Avery's been sending really good ideas, and I'm trying to use my best judgment, which is never a good thing.
It'll only cost like $20.
I know. There's a lot of jokes in there, Avery.
I know. That's why it's so funny, dude, to have her do it.
I know. We'll see. Anyway, so here's what we're thinking about tonight. So we've been hard at work on the Adult Fantasy Player Handbook. Just to give you kind of a scan, I'm not going to go into too much detail because we'll focus on the task at hand tonight. But we're doing introductions, character creation, playing the game. We're going to be working on a mission generator. We still have to do some work on that. We're going to do an introductory adult fantasy adventure. And then we've got a lot of extras. We've got the core characters, which is the AFS1 characters. We've got classes for different types of characters and creatures you can make. A little bit of detail on Hyper Brooklyn. We've got the city, different parts of the city. And then we've just got a ton of tables and tools, everything from weather to weapons to headlines, like news headlines, consequence of power, traps, treasure, corpse plundering of the mostly dead, because, you always have to plunder the mostly dead, food, drugs, cybernetics. So we're coming up with all this kind of really cool stuff. that we can use inside of the adult fantasy world. And as we create little stories and little games, it's going to be really, really cool. I'm very, very excited. We're almost ready to do a pilot testing campaign. I really think we can do it in just a couple of weeks. 2 to 3 weeks is my goal, and I think we can do it. We have a lot of editing to do, which you guys will see tonight. But we're gonna jump in and we're just gonna play around with it and see what happens. And so KG is talking about our conversation, Avery, and he says at least he wasn't sending feet pics.
That's exactly what he was sending.
That's probably
Don't let him confuse you.
Shh, Andrew, shush! Don't tell.
Some people
I gotta keep something for the OnlyFans.
And you'll always know it's Avery's feet too, because bunions. You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Oh yeah, especially that one. It's so big, I just draw a smiley face on it.
No. That's gross. All right. So here's what I'm thinking we can do tonight. I think we can run through. Let's do a little bit of character creation. How about that, everybody in chat? What do you guys think? You want to do a little character creation with us?
Let's do it.
Give me a yes in chat, and we'll jump into this. Now, I will warn you, we haven't edited this stuff yet, so a lot of the stuff, a lot of the options are. Some of them we made up, and then we kind of backed up what we made up with some ChatGPT stuff just to kind of flood the zone with some ideas. So a lot of the stuff is not going to make sense. There's a lot of options. We haven't edited it or pared it down to its core. Awesome. MK says sounds good. Galaxy says LFG. Kier says yes. Awesome. So what I hope is that as we do this, everybody in chat and here and watching can kind of pipe in. If there's things that are stupid, it's okay. Like, there's no harm in being like, yo, that sounds dumb. Like, let's just eliminate it. Also, if something sounds really cool, or if you have a better name for something, like, shout it out, put it in chat, yell it out if you're here live. Like let's really start doing a little bit of editing and just thinking about these concepts as a whole. So let's jump in. So character creation, step 1 is abilities. So have your powers activated yet? I believe this is going to be an optional thing. I think we talked about this being optional. I'm not sure. But we're going to roll die. Let me pull up. Let me see if I can pull up a chat right next to this so we can kind of roll. Let's see if this works. ChatGPT, I don't think is responsive. Oh, it is. It's a little responsive. It's not terribly responsive. Yeah, it's a little responsive. All right, so let's roll 1d10, right? An error occurred. Thank you so much. Let's refresh. Oh my God. All right, so let's do roll 1d10. Sure, rolling a 10-sided die. Oh my God, you don't have to give me a direction. The result is 7. So right now we have 7. Yes, you may choose a random class and follow a class's instruction for gear, abilities, hit points, etc. So we're just gonna go ahead. There's a lot of stuff we haven't hit on yet, like a randomized class, like the actual classes. We have a whole bunch of classes. Basically, what we did is we have a list of every single type of attribute that that a powered person could have. So like whether you're a telekinetic or a pyrotechnic or whatever, all of those kind of things, we have an entire list of them, and so we have to go in and kind of fill that out a little bit. But right now we'll just say sure, they got powers. There are 5 abilities: attack / power, defense / durability, agility, charm, and knowledge. Did we decide which we liked better versus attack versus power and defense versus durability? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't think we talked about it.
Okay. Well, in the idea is that power and attack power is attack, strike, grapple, lift, throw, strength. Durability is survivability, force of will, focus, defense, and toughness. I think the words power and durability are more descriptive of what it actually is. But from a memory thing, I wonder if attack and defense is easier to remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, we can figure it out later. Not a big deal. All right, let's generate ability values. So we're going to roll 5d10 and use the abilities table, which is below here, to generate each ability score from -3 to +3. Classless adults, which would be someone that didn't have powers activated, roll 4d6 and drop the lowest for 2 abilities of their choice. Adults with a class follow their class's instructions and roll 3d6 on the rest of their abilities. As the characters level up, an ability can never exceed +6 or -3. So what we're going to do, and then you throw away the roll after getting your score. So basically all we're trying to do is get anywhere from a -1 to a +3 on these 5 abilities. Okay? So let's do roll 5d10. What it gives us. Sure, I can roll 5d10. First die is 4, second die is 9, third die is 2, 6, and a 1. Cool. So it even gave me like a little oh, let me know if I can help you. So who's writing this down? Flint, do you want to be in charge of writing some stuff down?
Yeah. I can
Help a
do
little
that. Let me get some paper.
Sure.
It makes space on my desk. Okay. Cool.
All right. So I actually probably should have added it to I should have had it add these up. So let me do this again, just because so we can shortcut the process. Roll 5d10 and add the total. He says, be sure to carry the 2 and round up to the 100th and divide by 5. MK says, roll for saving against documentation. Okay, so the first number is 28.
Okay.
And so that is for power. So power is a 0, which is fine.
So +0.
+0.
Now here's a interesting question this raises.
Okay.
A lot of times in D&D, you roll your 5 stats and then you choose where to put it.
Yeah, you could choose. You want to see if it just we could do that if you want to do that.
Oh, I think for this we don't have to. I was just wondering if that's allowed in the rules.
I think so. I think it should be.
I'm cool just going down the list and making whatever we make, but
Well, how would I phrase that? I'll put that in here. You can just as a note. You can
assign stats however you wish, or something.
Got it.
Yeah, I think you might want to also consider an optional rule. You know how in D&D when you're rolling stats, and then which what they'll do is they'll introduce alternative rolling rules. So for example, like roll an additional die beyond beyond the usual number and then drop the lowest score, or like roll twice the number of times for all the stats and then pick the best ones, just stuff like that. Because one of the downsides of rolling with die if you play D&D is that you might end up with a character who's literally got basically literally like a mentally deficient weakling.
Mm.
I mean, if if you have the challenge of playing it, go right ahead. But
All right. Well, let's see what happens. That's something to keep in mind, though. I mean, we've never created a character before, so let's try it. It makes sense, though. Good thought, Zach. I appreciate that. All right, so let's do the second one. Roll 5d10, add the totals. And the second one is 29. So that is also a 0 for durability.
Womp womp.
Let me see if I can do all of them now. What would be the proper way to frame this? Roll 3 sets of 5d10 and add the totals
Of each set.
of each set separately.
Yeah,
Just gonna be
maybe. Oh, he stumped it.
yeah, really. It's like whoa. I always get
Maybe
like
do
the
math.
slow. I swear to God, I always get like the slow Chat GPT note. You tell us gonna time out. Watch this.
hmm
Oh my God. Sure, I
oh my gosh.
can do that. Rolling. Oh my God. Just roll. If you're gonna be slow, don't.
It's
type
gonna
it out.
do every single set like this.
Oh my
Ooh.
God. Tune in next time when we finish. Oh my God. Just do the roll, ChatGPT. Oh my God.
Ooh.
You got to give the guy on the other side time to type it, man.
Yeah.
I know. It's true.
Well, it looks like this is going to take a minute, so I'll be right back.
Dusty, look at his icon.
His icon.
It's pretty good.
Oh, let's hold on. Let's see the.
Amazing.
Oh, while this is waiting, he's
Beautiful. Yeah. There he
Gorgeous.
is.
Oh, that just is not. It's not a very flattering image.
I was not expecting that.
Where's
Jeez.
the
All right,
Where's
so-
the dancing gif of Andrew?
Oh, that got taken down. I've never been able to find that.
I have it somewhere.
I have it somewhere too. We made a dancing gif of Andrew and posted it on GIF sites, and they took it down for some reason. So
and yet the one with you in the shower is still up.
I know. Well, that's understandable. Set number 1. So we got total of 27 for agility, which is 0. God, I'd like to have something other than a 0. 28 as a 0. Thanks, ChatGPT. This is great. Set 3.
That may be a lesson. Yeah, we're rolling. What are we rolling? The D10?
5d10.
Yeah.
We should be able to get over 30 though. That's very obviously.
Yeah, it's not a real random number generator.
Yeah, it's not a real random number. I mean, he's hitting a bunch of low numbers and like a couple high ones.
Yeah, I wonder if just kind of average. I'm gonna go to Google and tell it to roll and just see what I get.
Everybody needs to change their avatar now.
Maybe if I do that.
5, 8, 10.
Nice avatar, Drew.
Thank you.
24, 28, 30, 16. A little more random. Still low, but
Jeez. Yeah, so that would have been a -1.
I wonder if it's better, because I haven't gotten any over 0, just rolling. And try 5d12s and just see how it looks. Yeah, so it's just a little bit more likely.
But maybe like a 2d20s and a 10 or something. The number 50 is actually pretty important because it
does need to add up, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, the 50 it ties into the back of the card.
Yeah.
So let's do 2d20s
and a 10.
and a 10. So So I critted. So that's a 34. All right, let's try the 5d10s again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 18.
Yeah.
So that was a -1.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's going to average at 25.
So maybe we should
The
change it
nature of the
to is there a D50?
You know, it's either that or we weigh the scale down. You could do a D100 and divide it in half.
All right, let's try. Let's see.
Oh, it's a modifier.
That's a modifier. They don't have a D100 in here.
Just roll two 10s, and you can do it pretty effectively.
So
that'd be,
60, 20 is
62.
80 divided by 40. That would work. That's a +2.
Sorry, what was that math you did?
Well, 60. If it's a D100, right?
Yeah.
Is 60
That's
plus 20 is
62.
80, and then you divide it by 2 because it's 50. It's 40.
Oh, you're okay. Sorry, you're adding it differently.
Because I'm retarded, so it's fine.
Well, like usually one's the tens, one's the ones digit, right?
The what?
So it'd be a 60. So it'd be like 60. The left one would be a 10.
Oh, I see. You're rolling it like
60 and then a
62.
Yeah.
So it'd be 31.
Yeah.
All right. That is a better roll. Do you want to do? Should we do 2 10s or 1 100 or something? 84.
So that's 84. So that's pretty good.
42.
Yeah.
What's your professional? MK says he likes that. You like using the 2d10 and then kind of using it as a
57.
As a kind of a modifying die. 57. What's 57 divided by 2 is like 24.
Around 27. Around 28. If I'm mathing right, which I probably am not.
It'd be 23 or 24. No, you're right. 28. Right, 28, 29. Which would be a 0. So we're getting some better things. I mean, you still have the potential to critically fail, which would give you that negative number like that.
Yeah, 11.
Which would be 5 or 6.
Yeah.
That would be -1. MK says, yeah, then having better mod for random. Okay. So how would I write this up? Oh, shoot. What would be the technical? So it's not 5d10. It's
roll a d100 and then divide in half, rounding up or down. I don't know. Depends on how mean we want to be. But yeah, that seems to be getting you better numbers.
Yeah. Now, is rolling 2d10 standard for D100?
Yeah. So a lot of times you do. You'll have I actually have one in front of me. It's a 10-sided die, but it's just 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Got it. Yeah, right.
And then you have just a regular D10 next to it.
Right, because 100-sided die is basically a sphere. So
yeah, a buddy of mine has one, and it's made out of copper, and it's damages the table whenever we roll it. It's scary. I feel like if I drop it, it'll go through the floor.
That's awesome.
Yeah, metal dice. They look cool. They roll like shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But they look real cool, man.
Okay, so let's do this. This is better. MK agrees to round up because there's no 0. It makes sense. So
yeah, good call.
Awesome. All right, so let's do this again. We'll start with attack, defense, agility, charm. So let's do 2D, 10s. So that's 66. That's 33, which is +1. So attack power is +1.
Was that 36 for the first one? Sorry, I missed.
The first one was 33. We're starting over. So it was 33.
Aren't you supposed to divide
Yeah, you're
it in
supposed
half?
to divide by 2, which is 16 and a half.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah. So 17.
So
I
17.
multiplied by I'm yeah. You're
That's
right.
fine.
17. So that is -1.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I like this is a lot simpler than going and adding up 5 die and
I
Are you
yeah.
sure it's -1? Go back down.
17.
oh
Okay.
But then I think 1 through 10 is
Wait.
-3, right?
Oh wait, that something happened.
what?
Oh
There
wait,
should be
No,
something happened.
no,
I don't know
yeah.
what happened.
oh
Yeah,
my.
there you go.
I don't know how that changed.
Why is it 10, 5, 5, 10, 5, 5, 10?
Is it balancing?
Really? Okay.
But you're not wrong. You're pushing. You're kind of weighting it towards the center a little bit.
I see the idea. Yeah.
I know it can be changed. So 17 though is a -1 for power. Let's do defense durability. So that's 29 divided by 2 is 14.
15 and a half.
So
Yeah,
15.
so 15.
15.
So that's a -2.
Okay.
Oops. And then we've got 33. So +1 for agility. Or however you want to do this.
Sure.
And then we've got 56 or 20,
28.
28. Thank
Yeah,
you.
28.
28, which is a 0 for charm.
That would be me.
And then we have 26 for intelligence, which is a 0
That would be Todd.
for knowledge, I guess. Knowledge. Yeah, MK says that's why you play test. Great discussions. Yeah, 100%. Got to do it. Lots of times.
Mhm.
Now here's the question. Since Flint, you're kind of the pencil and the character, you're kind of in charge of the character tonight. Do you want to stick with those numbers in that sequential order, or do you want to assign stats however you wish?
Well, just so I'll read it out to everybody real quick. And I'll just read the modifiers because that's generally more important. Power is a -1. Durability is a -2. Agility is a +1. Charm is a +0. Knowledge is a +0. So we kind of have kind of an interesting build here, right? We have someone who is not very strong, not a whole lot of health, can't take a whole lot of hits, not a whole lot of power, can't hit hard, but they have a high agility.
Yeah,
So I'm kind of seeing a stealth character here, which
he's
would be kind of
very
interesting.
stealth. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe not so clever, doesn't know a whole lot. You know, it's kind of average.
it sounds
But-
very adult fantasy.
Yeah, actually.
I'm okay with it. MK
I'm cool
asked,
with
forced in order or allow for sorting after rolls are done, which is what we were just saying. I think the ability to assign stats however you wish. I do like that in D&D. I think that's kind of a fun thing.
Yeah.
I
I think it can be an optional because it really I think depends on what your goals are for the game.
Yeah.
If you're just making a character for a pickup game, just doing them in order, boom, done. I can come up with my character based off those traits after the fact. If you are entering in the process with a little bit of a semblance of what you want your character to be, then being able to move around those stats is nice.
Yeah.
You know, if you want a character that's going to be kind of dumb, okay, well maybe I'll assign the -2 to knowledge. You know.
Yeah, and I two things I really like about this so far is the first is, and I know Andrew, Ramel, and Avery might not know this, but and maybe Dusty might not know this either, but like just doing this part during a normal D&D game is like 3 hours long. It's like all evening just to get these numbers.
It's really hard adding those 5 die. You know?
It's difficult. Yeah, it really is. And the other thing that I think is interesting about this is because we're basing it on the back of the card of AFS1. The reason you can't go beyond 50, right, is that the card backs go to 100%. So we're equating the percentage on the back of the card with an ability score number. So technically, by doing it this way, we actually now, and I haven't tested it yet. None of us have looked at it yet, but theoretically, we now have ability scores for all of the characters in AFS1, right? Because you're going to have Primordial, who's like a 99 or something, which is basically a +3 on everything, right? So it makes sense that you're going to have this kind of balance, right? It's pretty cool.
Totally.
Awesome. Next up, Origin. So, is this next? I guess it is. To make sure I didn't miss anything. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, Origin. Cool. Right. So Origin can be anything. Roll a d6. So don't necessarily believe that just yet. Let me make sure that that's right. Yeah. Okay. So a couple of things. So these are just some ideas that I threw out there. So essentially what we'll do is we'll roll a d6 and or you can choose, it's totally up to you. And then you can pick one of the benefits that comes with your origin. Now I'm going to kind of run through these just so you can see, and then I have kind of an aha moment that I want to share and kind of pick everyone's brain. So we've got survivors, the reality benders, we've got the outsiders, the mutants, and we've got dimension walkers and scientists. So these are just basic background origins. We also, however, have something from the lore of adult fantasy, which is our original roles. We've got the OGs, the Horde, the Primordial, the Swarm, the Soup. And so I'm kind of wondering if these, at least these 5, and then we could, do outsiders for people who are kind of like new to adult fantasy. We could actually assign these, assign these to match, whatever is up here, more or less, right? Kind of assign an origin story or an origin background to our OG roles.
That could be kind of fun. Like an organization of scientists called Swarm. It's some acronym or something.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I don't know. Pulling random stuff out of my ass, but
no, totally. That's literally.
I like the idea. Yeah.
Right. So, because I know everyone's like, where'd that shit go? We kind of dropped the ball on that one. It's really funny because we had Soup Gang, exactly. We had I'll tell you the story about the roles another time, but it turned into something really cool, but we were like, we could not figure it out. We tried so much. But for now, but if you guys like that, we can Willie D says he likes that idea. That's cool. All right, so for tonight, we'll just kind of roll with it, and no pun intended. We'll just pick an origin, and then we'll assign one of the original roles to it just to see what happens. So we'll roll a d6. Let's clear this, and we'll roll a d6. We got a 5. KG's just a lonely verified. No, we got to hook you up, man. 5 is Dimension Walkers. Dimension Walkers are those who have mastered the art of traveling between different dimensions and realities because of the great Smushening. So let's just push.
It could be cool for a stealth character.
Yeah, it would be cool for a stealth character. I feel like that could be the Primordials, maybe?
Yeah, that could be kind of cool.
Primordials?
Sure.
Sounds more like the Soup where you mix a whole bunch of things together.
Oh, maybe. That could be good. Soup would be. I was thinking soup might be survivors. They've been forced to adapt,
No, maybe, yeah.
kind of like the dregs, the soup.
Well, I think the primordial's the ultimate survivor. You know?
Oh, maybe. That's not a bad thought.
That's not a bad thought, yeah.
Okay, so let's just say I'll call. I'll make some notes here.
Oh, but you have survivors as the OG.
Yeah, the OGs
yeah.
have been here the
Oh.
longest, so they probably survived the longest.
That's true.
Well, I think the primordial's been around. Primordial's been around a lot longer.
Well, I thought the primordials were basically like the cultists that kind of prey to the primordial, or
Yeah, but the OGs have been the one that's been around since the Smushening. Well, the primordials have been around even longer than that.
true. All right, so we'll figure out the names. But for tonight, let's call them. Let's just call it the primordial. Or what do you, or Andrew, what do you want to call it? We'll just pick. We'll let Andrew pick.
Yeah, whatever you want.
For Dimension Walkers, you want to call it the soup?
Yeah, I like that, to be honest.
All right, let's do soup tonight. We'll just call it Dimension.
Soup sounds great tonight.
Soup sounds great.
Well, hold on a second. If you look at it, you've got outsiders as outsiders, swarm as scientists, horde as mutants, OG as survivors. What's left for primordial?
Dimension Walkers and reality benders.
Yeah.
We can change that though. Like there might be
play around
like,
with that.
reality bender and Dimension Walker almost sound a little too much the same.
Yeah, that is true.
So we can change. What would be another? What I mean, Andrew, do you have anything off the top of your head that would make a good, like a good fifth? Like we could. I like the idea of being able to walk through the dimensions. Is there some other thing that we can pop in there? Like what would cultist? Like basically the cultist would be the primordial people, right? We've got the 4 cults.
Mm-hmm. Whatever you come up with is fine. I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll put cultist in there. A cultist would fit maybe for primordial for sure. But none of this is finalized, so I'll just make some notes. For tonight, let's call it the soup. So, Flint, you've got the soup.
You got the soup.
Soup origin.
Chicken noodle.
Excuse me. So let's go for character details.
Oh, do we need to pick? There's 2 variants, right?
Oh shit, my bad. You're right. So let's do. Wait, where was it? Dimension mastery +2 to dimension walking and navigation checks. And again, we'll have to fix this to our language. Some of this was just speed writing, and some of it was assisted by ChatGPT. And then reality insight +2 to insight knowledge checks when in different dimensions.
I feel like, again, it seems like we have kind of a stealthy character going, so maybe like dimension walking sounds useful for that kind of character. I don't really know what that is, but it sounds,
yeah, I
like
think
something that would fit.
I think, and again, we can change some of the language, but I believe because the great smushening happened, you basically have the way I imagine in my head is almost like every neighborhood is like a square on a chessboard,
Right.
Like a different color square on a chessboard, and so it's a completely different zone with a completely different attitude and it's kind of its own little world, right?
Right.
And so that's kind of what a dimension walker could be. I mean, we can change the name because this is not necessarily a different dimension, but if you
got to describe what that ability entails,
yeah, for sure. But do you like
how about a traveler instead of dimension walker? Somebody who can travel from one area to another. I think the primordial is absolutely considered a traveler.
Traveler?
Yeah,
I like that.
1 L or 2?
Is it one? It might be 1 L.
I think it's
2 L's?
2
I
L's.
think it's 2 L's.
No, it looks wrong. I think it's 1 L.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. It doesn't matter.
It's gonna bother me, damn it.
I know. Okay, so Flint, as a character master here, which one would you like to have? Dimension Mastery or Reality Insight?
Probably
Once
Dimension Mastery, and the reason I go with that is, being able to navigate a space might be helpful for this kind of character. I almost kind of see it like the Ranger class and D&D, where they can get through rough terrain easier.
It feels like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely Andrew. Wait, Andrew. Jeez.
Keep up, man. I did that a while ago.
Beautiful.
You did that a while ago?
Yeah, when Dusty left and had his. I was thinking everybody should change their avatars.
No. Pretty funny. It's so bad. All right, so we got Dimension Mastery, which makes sense. He's almost like a sneaky Dimension Ranger or something.
Yeah. Kind of works.
Yeah, that works. All right, let's see what we got. Character details. So character details, I definitely there's some editing that needs to happen, but so we have a background. I don't know. So I don't. I've got a tremendous amount of options here. I don't know. So here's my question with background: is that we have origin. Do we also need background? Are there differences? I mean, background's a little more specific, like Rogue Mage or Cosmic Scavenger.
Yeah.
I guess it works. Let's try it. What the hell? Now I have it set as a D20, but we literally have, I mean, there's a lot in here, and some of them are terrible, but we've got about 80 of them. So maybe we just roll a D100 and see what happens. Yeah, does that sound okay to everybody?
Yeah.
Sure.
So 41 would be Hyper Brooklyn Police Detective.
Oh, interesting.
Investigating the strange and mysterious happenings in the city. How's that feel?
That's interesting.
Yeah. Go for it.
That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Again, some of these are terrible, so I'm going to try to either fatten it up and make sure everything is really awesome, or slim it down and make sure everything is awesome. Okay, traits. Make sure I have 20. All right. Okay, so now we're doing. Did you get that, Flint?
Got it.
Okay, so let's do traits. Let's see what type of personality this person has. 39. Well, wait, that's my bad. It's a D20. 19. Charitable and benevolent. You are always looking for ways to give back to your community, and you are driven by a desire to make the world a better place.
Interesting. Okay.
That's a police officer that likes everybody.
Yeah. Do you want me to retry it again?
Wow.
Kidding. I kid.
No, I think it's interesting.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Okay, the next one is drive. I just want to make sure I have an actual 20 in here. Okay. So drive. Oh, I'm sorry, Flint. Did you got that okay?
Yeah.
Drive is 11. Redemption. The character is motivated by a desire to make up for past mistakes and redeem themselves.
Oh, that could be part of the benevolence, you know?
Yeah. Like he's like maybe that drove him to be benevolent. Cool.
All right, and just to back up for me. So that's drive. Charitable and benevolent was what exactly?
That was
what were we calling that?
Traits.
Traits. And what are we calling his job? His
Background?
Hyper Brooklyn Police Detective background. There we go.
Background. Yeah.
Thank you.
MK says it's a Mark Wahlberg movie. I am okay with this. Okay. All right. So now we have style. Now this is something that I kind of, some of these I'm kind of like iffy on, like styles and features and stuff. So this is kind of one of those things where I think it helps some people. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And these are also like really hard. The reason I have a challenge with this is because it's hard to define a style, right?
Totally.
Like, because it's going to be in the language of the world, and if you don't know what that is, it doesn't make any sense, and we'd have to make it up. So I'm not 100% sold on style, but let's see what happens. So we've got D100. Is that 105?
So normally you start on 0, so the 10 rolls over, so it's just 5.
Got it.
Yeah, on a proper D100.
Oh, that makes sense.
Paradise, right? They have a 0 instead of a 10.
Got it. Now that makes sense. All right, so that was really funny. So he'd be an elemental, a group of individuals who control over the elements of nature. Again, that doesn't really give any. Again, this is why the styles are not 100% because there's no plus or minus or bonus.
Yeah, that's tricky, right? Because when you have something like that, it's like, all right, cool. How do I use my powers? You know?
Right.
And we don't have any.
I think some of it is more like that's actually a hard one because it has an idea of control. But if you look at the Hounds of Hell, it's like a group of demonic creatures who roam the streets of Hyper Brooklyn. Like, let's try it again. Just see what happens.
Let's reroll. Yeah.
47. Like I said, a lot of this needs editing. This is one of those editing part. Underground Resistance, a secret society dedicated to fighting against oppressive forces and standing up for justice. That kind of fits.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
I mean, some of it's really good, like Night Owl Society.
Yeah.
A club of insomniacs who explore the city after hours and live the life to its fullest. But cool. So Underground Resistance, that works.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. This is actually great because it's gonna, as we edit, it's gonna make sense.
Yeah, I'm already getting some ideas.
Cool. MK says, I guess it ties in with redemption. Yeah, for sure. All right, features. This is sort of like, things, features, surface traits that kind of stand out. So let's see what we got. Just for, again, this is optional. You guys tell me. Like, I put it optional because I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. But it could be optional, or it could be we could bake it into the rules. I'm open. Let's just see what happens. 90-10. So 90. That is a high-tech cybernetic exosuit designed for speed and agility. Look at that, dude.
Oh. Huh.
Now, again, I think some of these could give us like ability bonuses.
Yeah.
You got that pretty good?
Yeah.
All right. So now we've got a role. So role is sort of like what their role is in society. I know we have cop, but I think there's like this is where it gets a little fuzzy while we need a little bit of editing, right? So let's just see what it says. and then we can see what happens. 70. Holy shit! Detective agency owner.
Wow.
You're like critting
God damn.
on the like. How is that happening? Okay. So he's a cop, but he's an agency. He's like the owner of a detective agency.
Yeah.
Sounds like that would make him an ex-cop.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
ex-cop.
thinking. Which kind of, I was already kind of writing a backstory to this guy while we've been talking, and that fits.
That's awesome. But it makes me wonder if when we re-edit the background stuff, if I'll have to be careful of roles versus background, you know?
Yeah.
But that's awesome. All right, so let's do. Got a bunch of shit in there. Once, what does your character want, Flint?
Justice.
Just justice.
He's Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm interested to see what the dice say.
24. Equality and opportunity.
Oh,
That
God
fits
damn,
so
this is
weird.
Amazing.
Wow. I swear I have a lot of options in here.
This is hilarious.
I don't know whether this means we're actually creating a really well-designed game or if it's just like
This luck. Yeah, we had to try this a couple times to
blind
really get a
luck,
sense for it,
sure.
I think.
All right, so I believe this is the last one. Is this the last one? Current obsession. Oh yeah, current obsession and quirk, I believe, is the last one. So current obsession, which I love. I love the framing of that current obsession. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
62. Building their own virtual reality planets.
Huh.
Makes reroll. That's
That one's weird.
Can I reroll?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. 50. Studying advanced nanotechnology.
I can work with that.
All right. And now last one is quirk. Ready, Flint?
Ready.
Okay. 93. Man, high numbers. Let's do 93. Refusing to enter buildings that are taller than they are.
all buildings.
Amazing.
Which is basically all buildings.
I kind of love that.
Just imagine the stupid mope just standing out in the rain because he
So
won't go
wait,
inside.
I don't know. Does that work? Because he's not going to be able to go into any building.
Yeah, not even his own office.
Not even his own office. He just stands outside.
So funny.
What do you think? You want to take that or you want to try again?
I think that's fucking hilarious. But let's re-roll and just see what we get.
Okay.
See if we get something equally awesome.
Yeah. 22. Building. Oh man. Talks in a different accent.
It's open
Like-
to interpretation.
Yeah, like he changes his accent like to every person he talks because he's switching characters because he's a detective
Right.
when he's undercover.
If he won't go into buildings taller than himself, he only works in like parking garages because they're technically not buildings.
Or like cafes.
Ooh,
or
it's
open air
very
cafes.
specific.
Yeah. He
So-
won't go like into an apartment building, but he'll go into like a grocery store or
All right.
something else.
That makes sense.
He's got a fear of apartment buildings.
Kier says building deficiency.
So, just a measure of success here. I can totally weave a backstory from all of this.
Great.
So what I've got is, and obviously we don't have a name yet, but he was a police officer, and he was blackmailed into assisting with a drug deal by his police captain. It went badly, and several innocent bystanders died. He quits and starts his own detective agency dedicated to uncovering corruption in the police department and helping his community through uncovering all of that. And he's not very strong, but through a study of advanced nanotech and with the assistance of smarter friends, he's developed an exosuit to help him fight crime.
That's pretty badass.
All that from dice rolls.
Nice.
That's pretty badass.
That's pretty good.
That worked pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, man. I mean,
That's usable, you know.
that's totally usable, man. I mean, that didn't take us that long, and it was a pretty fun experience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very smooth and pain free.
Yeah. Wow. I'm excited by that.
Yeah.
Pain free is nice.
It hurts.
As what do you guys think, Andrew and Avery, like the comic nerds? Does that sound like a pretty good backstory?
Yeah, that's
Sure,
fine.
sure.
Yeah, that works.
Awesome.
That plus his fear of tall buildings could lead to some hijinks.
Fear of tall buildings.
I find that very funny.
It's pretty hilarious. I love that.
He's got to go get the villain, but he's in an office building.
That's right.
Like the big fight between Kingpin and Daredevil in Kingpin's office at the top of the penthouse office, like what would never happen. He just can't go up there.
Instead of hiding his identity, that's his kryptonite. There's tall buildings, and he guards it like it's a secret.
Yeah, that's right. So funny. He always has to like ask people to like do chores for him. Like if he has to like.
He lives in a
So
ground floor
dumb.
house in the suburbs.
It's so dumb.
So good. All right, so this is Past Allegiance. So we're gonna give you guys some contacts. So this is a D100, but there's only a little. There's probably gonna be about no more than 50. So it'll be D100 divided by 2. All right, ready?
Ready.
Kira says love it. MK says nice work. Kira says has to work in subways and underground garages.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Let's see. D100 81 divided by 2 is a 41. If we're going rounding up, 40.
42 rounding up.
41 if you're rounding up.
Which is it?
41.
Yeah, 41.
He
It's
has
late.
a.
It's late.
It's okay. Past Allegiance, ex-soldier in the Hyper Brooklyn Defense Force, defending the city against external threats.
Maybe that's how he got his fear of tall buildings somehow. Something happened.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. But he has a contact. That's a Past Allegiance. Maybe it's a contact.
Yeah.
Ex-Leo and ex-military.
Yeah.
That's actually a lot of dude. That's pretty realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Next up, after Past Allegiances, hit points and defense rating. So I don't think there's anything to do here because this is just about like
it's
what
just
happens when you get
calculated.
smacked. Body table, all that kind of stuff. Okay. And then we've got starting gear and starting bonuses. So we're going to start with 3d10 spare BAMF. Just to see how much cash you have on you. Let's do 3d10. So 1, 2, 3. You have 11 BAMF? Was that 11? I guess that's a question. 3d10 spare BAMF. I guess is it? We don't know the equivalent yet in this game. BAMF
No.
to dollars, so we don't really know what 11 means. It's like 11 coins, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that work?
Maybe he's a little broke.
Yeah, 11.
Or
I
you
mean, even
multiply it by
3d10, the
or
max
something.
is 30. So
Yeah.
you're not starting off with much anyway. But that's also pretty normal for level 1.
Yeah.
Or do you want to do a D100, like 3D100, and you can have up to $300?
That or you multiply it by 10 or something. So
Let's
it'd
try
be
it. Let's try it. Let's try
120.
3D100 and see what happens.
Yeah, sure.
Or you know what? I say you do 1D100. Let's do less math. Well, maybe like 1D100 and multiply it by something,
By 3.
by 3. All right, let's just see what that looks like.
Should get you in the same range as 3D100. MK
Right.
is a good question. Yeah.
Yeah. What costs
It's
are
like,
we looking
what
at?
are you buying? Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
What do
eventually
you
in
do
the
with the
game,
money?
there'll be. I mean, you'll be able to pretty much. I mean, it's a city, so we're working on. So there's weapons, of course. There's armor that I still have to work out, but you'll be able to buy armors or armor. But there's also things like food and drugs and shelter, like kind of your normal stuff. So you'll be able to. I mean, theoretically, you should be able to go into a. You should be in this case of this character. You should be able to go into a parking lot and like give your give your informant $20 for or whatever, $100 or whatever for information, right? Like
Right.
so it should be it's a free exchange of cash. It's not so much like gold coin, silver coin, whatever in D&D, you know.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens with this. Let's see how much you get. Oops, shoot. So 63 times 3, which is a pain in the ass. Maybe we just do it times 10. So it's 630.
Yeah,
Is that
630.
It's like you have $630. That's fairly normal, I think.
So the max you can have is 1,000.
If MK says, this is a smart point. He says, if we treat it like Web3, BAMF is BAMF. So 1 BAMF for a meal, 5 BAMF for a small handgun. Yeah, it should be like that for sure. Basically, so what he's talking about is like, there's a big debate in Web3, whether from a mentality standpoint, if you're thinking, do you think ETH as an ETH or ETH as in dollars? Right? Because ETH as ETH means it makes you think about money differently than dollars, right? And that's a good point. So I think we should do BAMF as BAMF, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think we can still equate, we can kind of, it gives us a little more, I think it gives us a little more leeway. Like we could say, oh, you've got 630 BAMF, right? Or 63 BAMF if BAMF is BAMF, then we don't have to multiply by 10.
Right.
Because a meal could be 1 BAMF for all we know, right? All right, let's just try it. I think that's going to be one of those things we have to see once we have a full economy that we can roll for.
Right.
I've read it out item slots for now, just because I think the amount of things you can carry, it gets a little weird, and I've never out of like 10 years of however long I've been playing D&D, like I've never used weight and item slots.
I think that's the right decision,
at least for now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, for starting gear, roll or choose one of the starting kits and a personal trinket. I think I have that down here somewhere. Starting kits. Okay, so starting bonus. So I like the bonus. This is if the sum of your ability scores is a negative, roll a 1d6 for a bonus. So yours are not negative, right? If you add everything up.
If I add everything up,
yeah, like the zeros and the negative ones and all that stuff.
It is a -1.
Oh,
no,
awesome.
-2. Sorry, half.
Perfect. So then we're going to roll a 1d10. Let me change that, a 1d20. Let's see what you get as a starting bonus. Because you're handicapped, right? A little bit.
Yep.
14. A sentient drone flies ahead and warns of danger.
Oh, that's cool.
That is very cool. It really feels like a good character, man.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really working.
This is awesome. Okay, so and then you get a starting kit. I think I don't know the number. I'm gonna say one. Let me just see how many I have. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so I'm gonna say this is a D20, because there's gonna be some edits. So this is a starting kit. D4, adventure, classic adventure, portable shelter, survival knife, multi-tool with various attachments, water filtration device, emergency beacon.
Okay, writing it down.
And then you get a personal trinket. I have a ton of these, but I can do. We'll do it. This will eventually be a D20, but let's go ahead and do it as two D20s, just because I have 40-ish here, just to see what we get. And we'll just add these two. So 22. Your personal trinket is a photo of a mysterious figure who you suspect is your long lost sibling.
Oh, interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Maybe they wiped his memories in the military.
Right? All right, let's see what else we got. The next is weapons and armor. Make sure we got weapons. So armor is not done yet. So I don't have a way to give you armor yet, but
we can do weapons.
But we can do weapons, and then we'll kind of review the character and we'll see what we got. Cool. Let's see. Weapons. How many weapons do we have here? Again, a lot of these will be edited out, but for tonight, let's try. It's gonna be D100. Yeah, let's try D. Let's do a D100 and see what we get. $67. Okay. You begin with one weapon. Okay, so 67. You have a neural shock grenade.
That's cool.
Does 1d6 against whatever the mental roll would be. So against I guess knowledge.
Wow.
Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got to figure out the armor, but I'm creating multiple tiers of armor. But it'll give you like, protection against damage and such. So let's see. I think that ends. Yeah, that is the full character creation journey. So Flint, do you want to go through the character and tell us the whole thing?
Sure. So I'll just go through the stat stuff since I kind of covered backstory. So recapping is a power of -1, durability of -2, agility of +1, and charm and knowledge of +0. He is a dimensional walker. And we picked the first variant. I didn't write down the full thing. He is currently or formerly a Hyper Brooklyn police detective. That's their background. Traits are charitable and benevolent. He's driven for redemption. He is part of a underground resistance standing up for justice. That's a style. Features: he has a exosuit that gives a bonus to speed and agility. His role is currently detective agency owner. He wants equality and opportunity for everyone. His current obsession is advanced nanotechnology. His quirk is he refuses to enter buildings taller than they are. And the alternate that we had there was talks in a different accent, which maybe we could do both.
Yeah.
You know, be kind of funny. He has a past allegiance to an ex-soldier in the Hyper Brooklyn Defense Force. Starting gear is, I didn't write the amount of BAMF that we did. I did not do that.
Oh, it's like 670.
600 and something, yeah. 670. Starting bonus, the total score that he has is a -2. So in exchange, he gets a sentient drone that flies ahead and warns of danger. He has a starting kit or a adventure, so survival knife, shelter, multi-tool, water filtration, etc. Personal trinket is a photo of a potential long-lost sibling. And from that, I added in the backstory of like maybe his memory got wiped or something when he was in the military. And then he carries a neural shock grenade for 1d6 mental.
That sounds awesome.
Right?
I think. I mean, I think it sounds dope. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's usable.
I
Yeah.
would love to play that character, actually.
That's a character you can grow and add stuff to, and as you loot things, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it gets more and more gear. The exoskeleton gets more sophisticated. He adds armor maybe as he levels up.
It works.
Yeah. When you lose a limb, it has to grow back in like a cybernetic way, and I love that stuff.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, you could opt for cybernetic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool.
I'm pretty stoked. That was and honestly, like we're hitting up on the 10 o'clock hour here. But we did what time did we start actual character design? We probably started at around 9 to about an hour, a little less than an hour.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
And that's only because we didn't really know what the hell we were doing. We had to figure some stuff out. So you're looking at maybe 30 to 45 minutes to create a really original character.
It's pretty well rounded, yeah.
That's pretty good, man. I mean, honestly, and Flint, you back me up on this, at least in my game experience. This is like just shortcutted a 4-hour session.
It is never this short. Never, ever, ever, ever.
MK says totally usable, and then he starts laughing. He says, "What time did we actually focus?"
Yeah, right. That's always the key question, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is. But we did it. Like we nailed it. I'm pretty excited. That makes me really inspired.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, that makes me really inspired. I think I would go back this week, edit some things down. There are some options in there that make like no sense. MK says that was a nice quick creation, not to mention we were reviewing rules and instructions. Yeah. And it's good to go over. Like, we're gonna have to play this. We'll play this, all of us here, like UMK and Kier and everybody. Like we'll play this together a few times privately through lore games and maybe through Discord. And then we'll create some like actual private games for us when we get to it, and then we'll start rolling it out and allowing general adult fantasy to play. Hey, what's up, 2K? How you doing?
Hey.
Welcome. So like we'll start to roll it out to the rest of AF. I would really love, man. My daydream goal here is, if by summer we could actually start getting, or maybe yeah, I'll say summer. Why not call it? Like actually get like a few groups in different towns, cities, states, countries. Not talking a lot, but if we can get like 2 or 3 different groups to play the game, just to play test it with us, it would be awesome. And we can even reach out to other groups, right? We have this network called Super Secret that we built really to help us grow, to be honest, and help other NFT projects grow. And so we've got like, I can't imagine that the Glimmering and those guys wouldn't help us play test this,
I think they would.
Or 2112 or a number of them. So we could actually have some really fun game nights where we start like hopping into other NFT projects and educating and just GMing and kind of exposing the game to other people. as they build characters. And of course, the cool thing is that it's not just an RPG; it's actually tied to the blockchain. And so the character that Flint designed, as it grows and if that character makes it and actually does some epic shit, it can actually become lore inside of adult fantasy and becomes a character card, right? And you get all the benefits associated with that. So that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Right? Like other people are going to end up buying your character. Now here's a question. Here's a question, Flint. And this is for really everybody, for Zach and Avery and Andrew and Dusty. The one thing we don't have, and we didn't really address, and I didn't really try to address, is name creation.
Yeah.
Do we need like a first name, last name generator or anything? Or is that just taking it too granular?
No, let people come up with that on their own, however they want to.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I'd agree too.
Okay. Yeah, because you can see how easy it is to kind of start to fall into like deep waters with this stuff.
Oh, it's so easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So we will let people kind of come up with whatever they can. Excellent. Awesome, guys. Well, that's all we got. We nailed it. I feel like we nailed it. Perfect time. Is there anything else you guys want to cover?
No, sounds great.
For a first crack at this, I think this is really
Yeah,
great.
I think it went very well.
I would. Yeah.
It will never work out this well again.
No, that's the thing. I do want to do a couple more rolls at some point and see how lucky we got. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe what we'll do, Flint, is I'll send you the link to this so we can kind of screw with it.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, we definitely need to do this several times because you're going to get some funky rolls. But then, I think you kind of do that anyway. Like that happens and you just re-roll.
This is how it goes.
KG says, have faith, Drew.
I know our kind of luck.
Thanks, Andrew.
Yeah.
I think
Mr.
our luck
Corner
is pretty
scams,
good.
everybody.
Look, we're on air and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. That's all that matters.
You know what the next step of this is, right?
What's that?
Start drawing this character, Todd.
Yeah, I know. Well, I have an idea. I mean, it's kind of
have it ready for next lore games.
Oh God,
have it ready.
Yeah, it feels like he's a thin because he's like not super strong. It feels like he's a kind of a thinner character. Like he's like athletic but thin.
All right, if you need me to pose for you, I'll model for you. Not a problem.
Oh dear.
I'll do it. Why is everybody laughing?
You broke Flint.
I'm laughing at Dusty's reaction.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay.
MK says, "Ooh, I do have a sketch cover comic." Andrew as a one of this character, that'd be freaking hilarious. I mean, technically, he could do it.
This is within the realm of possibility.
I don't remember mentioning in there anywhere that he has the face of a rabbit, but I'll do it.
Oh, you bet.
What? Oh. Okay.
Has the face of a rabbit.
With rabbit ears and a rabbit tail.
I did try that. I think in there somewhere I have like when I was coming I did a whole the other thing that I had that we didn't talk about and we don't have to go into it tonight but I have this. I created this thing called a character foundry and outfittery. And so the outfittery is like energy shields, neural scanner, plasma blast helmet, like I went down the entire body. Like here's headgear, here's there's like chest gear, so like a powered chest plate, armor plate straps, that kind of thing. And then did shoulders and legs, so you could outfit your character with different items. Like I feel like it's kind of later on, like when you get to a store or something. And then where is it? It's and then character foundry. So we had so this was something that I thought was interesting. MK says, "Oh man, we'll get the description from Avery again, and let's put it in Midjourney." Well, I probably you mean Flint, but yeah, we could do that. We could do it. I'll get it from Flint. We'll roll it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, you could roll for body type, ethnicity, and just kind of like figuring out like where that character fits in the world. I thought I had heads of animals somewhere, but I might have deleted it because it was really stupid. Anyway, when everyone gets too quiet, I know that it's not a good idea.
Oh, I was just looking at the thing in the private chat. I don't know if that's something you want to share.
Oh, is that from?
I found the GIF. I found the GIF.
Avery. Oh, you did. Holy crap, you found this. Yeah. No, we'll do it later.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. It felt like a super quick lore games. We got a bunch of stuff done. We created a character.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Efficient. Look at that.
I think so, man. I'm really
See what
excited.
happens when you're on time, Todd?
Yeah. Well, almost on time. I was only Take it away, Andrew. Oh,
Can't get my hat to stay on straight. I don't know why.
do you need to pitch? Do you want to pitch Misfit Corner Comics and the location?
Oh yeah. Misfit Corner Comics, the store, is in Jacksonville, Florida, at the Beach Boulevard Flea Market. Open on the weekends, usually 10 to around 5 in the evening. And anybody come on by, mention the lore games, and get an extra discount.
Hey,
Look at that.
Nice.
awesome.
And join us on the Scam Channel Saturday nights at 8 o'clock.
Scam Channel. Misfit. It's the Scam Channel is Misfit Corner Scams.
That's right.
Yeah,
The
it's
channel is
actually-
not a scam.
It's a pretty.
No, it's not.
What's that?
So it's not a scam.
Yeah,
What's
dumb
not a
joke. The channel's not a scam.
No, the
No.
channel's not a scam.
No. They talk about scams because Andrew is a
masochist.
huge target for these scammers, and he decided to hook them up. to
Huge
a-
target. What are you trying to say? Fucker, I'm skinny as can be.
He hooked all these scammers up to a plow and farmed them for money, which is
That's
what he's
right. I sure do. And they keep calling.
doing. That's right. I like how you managed to use them to pay your phone bill, basically.
So everybody, join us tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on this channel for the Nerd Den with me and Avery. The other guys can come if they want, but we really don't need them. But Todd said something when he was describing the attributes for that character, and he said chest gear. Speaking of chest gear, we need to talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy poster that for
Oh god.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 that came out,
Oh, really?
and the horrific thing they've done to Nebula.
Really?
Let's not.
Oh, it's bad.
Talk about it on Nerd Den.
We'll talk
And
about it on Nerd Den. Yeah.
And I will say the other thing.
And we can drag out the pictures of when Todd had headgear.
I picked up.
Let's do that.
I found.
Well, thank God Todd's wearing pants. He's the only one here.
I am wearing pants tonight. I went to a sort of a flea market here near where I live, and I found a couple of books, super cheap. I don't spend that much money on it, but I'm going to show a cover, and I know that Avery and Andrew are going to probably recognize it.
Oh yeah, I have that issue. It's
Yeah.
Coley Hamner inked by Dan Panosian.
No, well
So
the
the
cover is yes, but do you remember who drew the inside?
Mark Beecham.
Mark. Beecham.
Really?
Yep. This is
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember. Yeah.
It's Jim Ballant. And Mark Beecham.
Oh, what a crazy combination that would
I
be.
picked that up in a little comic shop in Alabama years ago.
It is wicked, and it's just classic Mark Beecham.
Oh yeah.
So we have some good stuff to go over tomorrow and check out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Nerd Den, same bat time, same bat channel. Yeah, everybody, thank you guys so much. 2K, thank you, KG, MK, Kier, Willie D, Galaxy. Thank you guys so much for showing up. As always, love you guys. Yeah, tune in tomorrow, and we will see you guys soon. And we love you. And man, tomorrow's Friday, dude. It's like almost a weekend.
Bye.